Ahoy there, this is Olusegun Yekami once more from Russell Capital, and on a very rather warm Canadian morning, I must say, just at 1 degree centigrade. And some of you might laugh at that. I come to you discussing the possible correlation between the price of Bitcoin, and the S&P 500. So, what is correlation? I'm just going to give you a very simple, very simple definition of correlation. And correlation is the tendency for two values or variables to change together in either the same direction or in the opposite way. Now, if you look at this graph here, or these two variables here, we're talking about Google in blue and the S&P 500 in this deep orange color. You can see that there's clearly a kind of correlation. As you can see, as each one of them have more or less mirrored each other, as you can just see from the way the graphs are. Now, here you can definitely say that there's a kind of positive correlation between these two graphs, even if you go back in time. So we're going back to 2017, 2016, and you can just see that they're more or less mirroring each other, except a few slight changes here and there. You can more or less say that there's a correlation between the two. So if the S&P moves in some direction, Google obviously follows. Now, the question I've got asked is, what about Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin, and the S&P 500? So let's have a look at that. So I trade more or less on Bitfinex, so I'm just going to use Bitfinex. And as you can see, let's get rid of that. Just a moment, sorry about that. Right, so just looking at this graph going back to 2017, you can automatically see that there's practically no correlation. So let's zoom in into the graphs and see something more closely. Let's bring it to something more. Let's see. So we've got between 2019. And as you can see, let's do that. Well, as you can see, there's practically no correlation between these two graphs. Practically none. You know, Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin is doing its thing, and of course the S&P 500 is going at its own direction. There isn't any correlation whatsoever. Possibly, you could argue that there's some correlation around, from the February 22nd, around this area here, where you can see my cursor moving up and down, just about this area. Well, there's just confluence of different events happening. I think that's what brought that about. But generally, as you've seen, again, I zoom back to get a wider time frame. Generally, there is none whatsoever. And this is what I've been trying to tell people, that don't listen to what people are saying, particularly the talking heads. My last video, I said that all you have to do is put the graphs on yourself and just have a look. Now, we don't need to get mathematical or overly intellectual to be able to discuss this. It's just a matter of a visual thing. There's no need for us to go too far on this matter. Anyway, that's all I really just wanted to show. As I said, it was not going to be a very long video. And as I said, if somebody starts talking to you about the correlation, just show them this. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a good one. Bye.